I think it's like a lot of actresses as a little girl. It was always a dream.
Mm.
Um, I don't know why. I don't know how. I just remember always watching movies and stuff, and I just, I wanted to do that. As a kid, I didn't know how you did that. Growing up in a small town, I'm from about a couple hours away from Calgary. So growing up in a small town, it wasn't something that was normally talked about. So yeah, it took many years, about my teenage years when things started to kind of change before I figured out how to direct those avenues. But yeah, definitely a childhood dream.
Okay, I love it. And when you decided to make it into a professional career, tell me what were some of those challenges, let's say, that you had when you were, recently making your first steps?
Yeah, so like I said, growing up in a small town, it's tough. When I became a teenager, that's when all those modeling and acting conventions were going around. They were quite popular. They had one in Lethbridge, and I took a whim and I went to one and I was accepted. So I think I went to about two or three overall. One in Vancouver, one in Banff, and one in Calgary. Um, Unfortunately, nothing really came of those. At that point, I was kind of transitioning into an adult, had a full-time job, um, and that industry, as everybody knows, you have to be able to drop. At the drop of a hat, you need to take off, or you need to
Mhm.
do this, and I felt like it wasn't fair to my boss. So I took a step back because things just weren't really quite going the way I had hoped, and then in 2015, I believe it was, I had an opportunity to get back into it. I started flying back and forth to Toronto. I flew twice a week for 3 weeks to take classes in Toronto, and then I got serious about it. I came back to Calgary, started getting an agent, started going to classes, and just started submitting and doing everything I could.
And here you are.